11 playoff games before he went to Miami. And he had Vince Carter as a teammate, as a rookie.
Okay, so same thing about LeBron his first 2 years then, right?
No, not LeBron in the first year, because when he got there, they got rid of Carlos Boozer in his second season. They got rid of Ricky Davis, Darius Miles. They broke up the team. And he still would have finished with a record better than 500. The only reason why they didn't make the playoffs is because they lost the tiebreaker to the Nets.
So what? So hold on. So to your logic, he didn't make them better then, right?
Yes, he did. They won 5
they
more games than they did the previous season.
You just said, bro. You just
said why they didn't make the playoffs though? Just because they lost the tiebreaker.
Bro, you just said.
Do me a favor, Coda, because
you got to make the playoffs.
Hold on, Coda, real quick.
No, but they finished with a winning record.
Hold on, real quick.
Never finished with a winning record before he left Minnesota.
So you don't make the playoffs? What that mean, though?
Niggas, hold on, that's the host, real quick. Coda, can you do me a favor and explain the prompt I have on the screen, please, and how LeBron has more help? Please.
He gonna go to. Well, hold on, real quick, without mentioning points.
Hello, I can't see the all the.
You can't see the other side.
Yeah. Might have to zoom out.
Over there. It ain't nothing over there.
Nigga went to the finals 10 times and only had an All-NBA teammate 5 times.
That's 5 times. I ain't gonna show you the other teams that he played. So how did he have more help, Coda? Without the All-NBA and all-defensive help that Michael Jordan.
Okay, you know how? So let me ask you a question. This is my logic.
You gonna go to the
points? My logic, right? No, this is my logic. Because this is what I do when I go to this thing, right? You could say that without LeBron, these players were still the best players on their team, right?
Without LeBron, they were still the best players on their team. Yeah. I guess you can say that, yeah.
Okay, so that's my point, right? Scotty and Horace, they grew with Jordan. They helped grow with Jordan, and they grew the team, right? That nigga D-Wade already won a chip with him being an alpha dog. Chris Bosh or
I'm gonna get you in here. My fault, Coda. I'm gonna get you in here, bro. Why you got Bosh on here? Bosh didn't make the All-NBA or All-Defensive team.
Never in Miami.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
So, but Bosh won a very elite power forward that like took his team to playoffs.
He was inconsistent. He got hurt.
How? He played in 11 playoff games before he went to Miami. You forgot he got drafted in 2003?
He went to the playoffs though, right?
11 games. That's 2 series.
Okay, but I'm saying he led his team to the playoffs as the best. I know. Okay, so he led his team to the playoffs as the best player on the team, right?
So did
Wait,
Scotty.
who are we talking about?
So did Scotty.
Huh?
So did Scotty.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what Jordan got 1 exactly. LeBron has 3.
That's a different era. Like Juan Boy said, he played in a better NBA.
Not era. Okay, see, here we go, bro. Not era.
But there's gonna be better. They're gonna be better players.
Crazy? You know what was crazy? Because remember how I was talking about the 93-94 season? How Kevin Johnson was 10th in the league in scoring and averaging 21 points. Now go look between 2010 and 2014 and see who would be ranked 10th, averaging 21 points a game. Nigga, today's game, you averaging 21 points. You might not even be top 20.
You know why? You know why?
Yeah, because it's more talent. Because it's more talent.
No, you know why? You know why? Because the pace is different. It's less possession.
Yeah, and it's more talent
today. It's more possession. They play faster. They play faster today.
Because they more skilled. They more talented.
That don't mean they more skilled. So let me ask you a question. Is the 80s more talented than the 90s?
No.
Okay, so your logic, the 80s, did you know the 80s was a faster pace than the 90s?
But it's not more talented. I'm not talented.
No. See,
you are confusing.
Wait. You just
stop
said,
yelling. You are confusing.
That's the second time I done got your ass for lying, bro.
Stop confusing talent with pace. Talent and pace is not the same thing.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm telling you, nigga.
Listen, no, the talent adds to the pace.
Bro, this nigga, bro. Hold on, he just said, y'all, I just told him because of the pace. You said, I know it's faster because they're more talented. So then I said, in the 80s, the pace was faster. So that means they more talented than the 90s. You said no, right?
No, they not, nigga. They ain't no Shaq in the 90s. There ain't no Chris Webber in the 90s. Ain't no Duncan in the 90s. Ain't no Iverson in the 90s. No, it's not.
Shaq didn't play in the 90s?
He got drafted in 92.
So he played in the 90s.
He's more talented than niggas in the 80s.
That's what he's saying.
You just said pace though, bro. I just say faster in the
No,
80s.
I said talent.
He said it helps.
I
the
said
pace.
talent.
He didn't say.
I see what he said.
He said
Most of his
Watch this. Let me say this again.
He didn't say it.
Let me say this again. I told him.
No,
hold on. Watch this, y'all. Everybody listen what they hear.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question real quick. Don't you think the pace in the 90s was slower because you always dumped the ball into the posts?
So let me answer that.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, so listen.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that don't got nothing to do with like this. Go ahead.
So in the 80s, why they didn't dump the ball in the so y'all hold on. So let me ask you before I answer that, what was more skilled, the 80s or 90s? And tell me why the 90s. And tell me why which one?
He just told you.
Because y'all just said a faster pace don't mean.
Not what we're saying. He said the talent adds to the pace. He's not, and he don't mean by. He's not saying it as, oh, if you're running, if you have high pace, then you're talented. That's not what he's saying. Or you're more talented.
The talent in the 90s were mostly bigs, though. The talents in the 90s.
So you're not running no fast-paced offense with no bigs.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that.
Oh, in the 80s, they had bigs and ran. What are you talking about?
Oh, but you had
Magic. Name him.
The Showtime.
He played in the fast-paced offense.
Nigga, Kareem was 7'3", and they played.
He played in the fast-paced offense.
Made them Showtime. You name one player in the 80s. Name the 5
He played in the Showtime.
Hold on. The Showtime.
Philadelphia 76ers with Moses Malone.
The Showtime Lakers.
Boston Celtics.
They doing.
You named 3 teams out of how many teams?
The Dallas Mavericks. John Moore.
You don't even know. You can't even name nobody that played on that Dallas Mavericks in the 80s.
Detroit Pistons. The Detroit
Who played on Dallas in the 80s?
I said name the player. I said name
Hold on. Since he brought up the Dallas Mavericks, I want him to tell me somebody who played with the Mavericks.
These niggas just be on here lying, bro. What the?
So if you brought up the Mavericks, tell me who played for them.
Since
you brought them up.
Yeah, well,
you brought them
Hold
up.
on. Watch it.
See, that's what he cooked himself. You bringing up. You mentioned shit and you have no knowledge of it. Why did you mention the Dallas Mavericks if you don't know who played for them?
Watch it. Y'all asked me which big man did it. I told you which one did it. You say, oh, it's only one person. What the fuck? That don't make sense, bro.
You didn't name no big man, though. You named
Kareem.
You named one big man.
And he plays in the fast-paced offense.
I said the best.
You're not slowing it down for Kareem every time.
Y'all just said it wasn't not one.
No, I didn't say that. I said the more the talent in the 90s were bigs. The 80s weren't bigs.
The 90s had more athletic bigs, so why they didn't do it in the 80s? They had more athletic bigs than the 90s. The 90s bigs was way more athletic than the 80s bigs. Would you agree? Would you agree, though? Would you agree?
What you say? I can't hear you.
The 90s big men were way more athletic than the 80s big men. Don't lie. Tell the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the ball was always
in the 90s then?
Because that's what I'm trying to say, man.
Listen to what he's saying. Let him finish.
The talent in the 90s were mostly bigs. So the ball got dumped down to them. Charles Barkley got to back down. They made a rule for him.
Karl Malone.
Slowed the game down. That's what slowed the game down in the 90s. Like, if we being technical, like, it wasn't just because,
they slowed the game down. Yeah, they slowed the game down so fast. They slowed the game down so much that they called the 5-second rule the Charles Barkley rule.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm going to say this again. If the big men in the 90s are more athletic, more skilled, faster, jump higher, and that's a fact, why they are not running fast break basketball? Crickets, exactly.
They was running shit. They was running. Hold on.
So why they not running? They was, though, in the beginning of the 90s wasn't slow.
Oh my!
It wasn't until after
you niggas just keep backtracking.
It got to the dead ball era. It was 96 and beyond. Before that, it was
the dead ball era. Came in 2001. Go look it up, nigga. In 2000. What are you lying?
96 was a slow pace, bro.
The whole 90s was slow.
No, it wasn't.
All right, bro. Whatever. All right. Next topic, bro. Crickets now. Because we all know the 90s, David Robinson, Shaq. We all know them niggas in them 90s big man was way more athletic than them slow ass niggas in the 80s that wasn't athletic. So why they not running fast breaking it? I know why. I'm just not going to.
So why they not? That's not the game. The game plan is to pass the ball in the post.
But let's get back to LeBron though. So look.
We had a dominant big
my thing about LeBron
that was the game plan.
One boy, put the film on, man, so we can see them '90s players
He
dribbling
act like the
down
Bigs
court,
is like Wimby or
moving
something.
everybody out the way, so they can post up Karl Malone, so they can post up Hakeem Olajuwon, so
I
they can
didn't say
post
they
up
didn't do that,
David
bro.
Robinson.
Totally
But
did.
I'm saying, you asking why they ain't running them? Like, okay, I got the best big man in the league. Why I'm steady running up and down the court when I could just
Like
slow
an
it down and
ice
throw it
Because
to him
cream.
David
every time?
Robinson is super athletic. Shaquille O'Neal, when he was young, was super athletic. Karl Malone was, when he was
They
young,
ran
super
fast break.
athletic.
They just
But
What
didn't
are
they
we
run it
talking
still
short.
about,
weigh the
bro?
200 and
Hakeem
300 pounds,
Olajuwon.
man. They ain't
Hakeem
trying to run up and
Olajuwon,
down
even
the
when he
court
played in the
every
80s,
single time.
Hakeem, even when he played in his early 90s, he was super athletic and fast. What are you talking about? They wasn't slow, big man.
And even still, they
I
slow the
didn't
ball
say
They
they
down.
were
wasn't slow,
They
big
slow.
man.
slowed
And
the
even
ball
still, they
down.
slow the
That has
ball
nothing to
down.
do with nothing. They still
It
slowed
was
the
because of
ball down.
rules. It was because of rules, but y'all just don't know the rules. But anyway, we
It
gonna
wasn't
move
the
on.
rule.
So let
What
me ask
rule
y'all a
What's the
made
question.
rule?
what rule made them throw the ball to the post?
Don't worry
Please
about
tell
it.
me.
Don't worry
No,
about it. So
no,
look,
no, please,
I
no.
want to know now.
We ain't
Yeah,
getting away
please,
from
because
that.
we all
Tell me
interested,
the
coach.
rule
no,
that
y'all
made
get
the
away from
team
shit all
throw
the
the ball
time.
in the
So look,
post.
so the reason why LeBron, right?
No,
The,
answer the question.
No,
This
tell me
nigga
the
Answer the
Coda.
rule.
question.
No, Coda, you got to answer the motherfucking question, Coda. We ain't doing that.
no,
Answer the
you niggas ain't been
question.
answering none of my shit. Y'all just
We
been lying. I
have,
ain't gonna
though,
answer
bro.
that.
We've been answering all your questions.
Your niggas been lying though. This nigga just said the dead ball started
Hey,
in
hey,
'96, bro. He's
I
lying.
said
He just
that.
saying shit.
I said that.
Hey,
He
Cole,
just
I
saying.
see
Y'all
what it
niggas
is.
just
Hey,
saying shit, bro.
I see what it.
It
Hold on, I
did.
see
It
what it
Dead
turned
ball
into
is.
a
era was not
bore.
no
Hold on, I
fucking
see what it
'96,
is.
'97.
Wait.
You
I see
niggas
what
just
it is.
lying.
Hold on, I see what it is. When they ask a question,
They all
you ask
niggas
a
on here
question.
lying though. I
Hold
haven't
on.
lied
Finish. Let
about
him
nothing,
finish.
bro.
When they ask, when you ask a question, they answer it is not the answer you want to hear.
Thank you, K,
Right.
in the comments. Yeah, these niggas say dead ball era started '96.
That's a
It's a
fact.
lie. You just said a
That's a
year.
fact. No, they
Nigga just
slowed the
said a
game
year,
down
bro.
to a bore, my nigga.
Yeah, all right,
That was
whatever.
a low.
Yeah.
It was low.
That's
It
why
was
the
low
ratings drop.
scoring. It was low scoring. It was 80,
Oh, he
80
said it. Hold on, hold
and
on. There
90.
go another lie. Hold on. Who said the
What you
ratings
talking
dropped in the
about?
'90s? Who said that?
Yeah, nigga.
So did you know
Yeah,
in
the
'98?
ratings
Hold on.
drop.
You know
Yeah.
the '90. Hold on. Watch it. The
Ratings
'98
dropped,
finals is the
especially
most watched
94.
televised finals ever.
No,
It
no,
still
no.
is right
See,
to
you
this
talk
day.
about 90. You talk about
It still
Yeah,
is to this
1
98.
day.
year.
Nigga, Jordan
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay,
was
yeah. There
Jordan
we
in
go.
the
Not
league in
1 year. There
93,
we go. Okay,
94?
not one.
Is the 90s 1
Yeah,
year,
the
bro?
ratings drop. Yeah, because Davis,
Is the,
Bob
is the,
Costas even,
Bro, the
Bob
ratings
Costas
right
even
now is the worst it's
asked
ever
that.
been. What are you talking about? The ratings
Man, I
right
can't
now
believe y'all.
that's a fact.
attendance
And
I
is
can't
listen,
up.
believe
right?
y'all let them
The
That's
skate
a
away
attendance
with
fact,
is
that.
up.
bro.
With that.
People are
That's
going
more
to
Why is
so
games.
there,
They're not
because
why
of
is
watching.
there,
streaming
why
and
is
shit
there an
like that,
interview
and
with
how
No,
Bob
they
no,
Costas
tell
how
us
talking
they
because of
with?
what?
pricing.
It's because of what, y'all?
It's more so because of
Yo, Fresh,
streaming
what
and the
happened to
prices
LeBron?
nowadays.
Oh,
No, it
because
Have
the
you
really
ever
is.
talent
watched the
That's
done.
just
game
the
on
fact.
TikTok?
It
That's
ain't
the
because they
fact.
play like the
You ever
YMCA. They
watched the
play
game on
and
TikTok,
That's
Coda?
not the,
anybody
and
can play.
there's no factual evidence to prove that.
I didn't have the box.
Look it up. It is the lowest it's ever been.
And then
Because
the,
Coda,
and then,
because
and
of
then
the
the thing
streaming
attendance
and
is
about
shit
as
it,
like
high
that.
as it's
That's
ever
why.
been. They're going to games. They're
That's
not
common
watching them.
sense.
It's because there's no IQ to play. It's drive and kick. That's all they do. High pick and
No
roll, drive and kick,
IQ.
shoot a trade.
What? Come on, Coda.
Anybody
man,
could.
you
You can't be
definitely.
Anybody
serious.
could. Like
Wait,
like
huh?
Gilbert said, you niggas y'all
Wait,
got wide
repeat
open
that.
threes down there all the
Wait.
game.
Repeat
Y'all,
that.
and
There's
most of them
no
can't even
IQ
shoot.
in the game. Have you seen
Huh?
Luca basketball?
What? They
So
Have
don't.
you seen
so
Luca
so in
basketball?
the
Do Luca
'90s.
got IQ?
I didn't
How
say
about
Luca.
So in
Now
the
Jokic?
I
'90s.
said
So in the '90s, what complex offense did they run to dump the ball in the shack?
you say that again.
What complex offense in the '90s did they use to dump the ball in the shack? David Robinson, Hakeem. What complex offense?
To
Tell me
dump it
one
into them.
offense.
Yeah.
Tell me one offense in the '90s besides the triangle that you actually know.
Uh-oh.
Utah Jazz.
Pick and roll, right? Ain't that what we running right now?
Who?
Ain't the
Yeah.
new era running pick and roll, spamming pick and roll all the time?
So hold on, watch this. So when Jeff Malone and Karl Malone was there before 100 seconds, so they mainly was just running pick and roll. That's your answer.
Yeah,
In the
All right,
80s?
you didn't watch it. All right, don't worry about it.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
See,
What
I'm
Yes,
gonna
they
about
tell you.
what,
Hey,
what,
did.
what about
hey,
Detroit
hey, hey,
Yes,
Pistons?
Cody.
they did.
Hey,
What
hold on,
about
hold on,
Detroit
hold on,
Pistons?
Jerry,
hold on,
they
hold on,
did.
hold on,
Jerry
Never.
Sloan,
Hey, Cody,
Jack
no,
hold
Jerry
Sloan?
on, hey, Cody,
Sloan
hold
stole
on,
his offense from Frank
hold
Layden.
up, hold on, one. Hey, Cody, if we running this pick and roll and you can't stop this shit, we gonna keep running this shit until you do. Yes.
Every time.
No, I didn't
That's
say
how
that. Yeah,
Stockton
no.
became the all-time assist leader, spamming pick and
Exactly.
rolls.
Hey, and guess what? They couldn't stop that shit, could they?
No, they couldn't
No.
Couldn't
stop that
stop
shit.
it.
Well, we gonna keep
And
going
guess
till you
what?
do. You know
And,
what I
and DeAndre. They couldn't stop Nash and Stoudemire pick and roll neither.
And guess what? And how many championships they got?
They couldn't stop the Blake Griffin.
How many
They couldn't
championships
stop the
does
Chris
Malone
Paul.
and how many championships does Stockton, Malone, and Nash and Stoudemire got? Exactly. They couldn't stop it, but they didn't win no fucking chips.
No, because
Exactly. Exactly.
Because
But
basketball is
that
not
wasn't
just
your
about
argument.
scoring.
That's not what you were arguing
Because
though.
basketball is not just about scoring.
So
Hey,
basically,
okay,
what you telling me? So
He
since
just
you
basically,
put
want
what
to
you
your
say,
telling
point.
me,
I'm gonna say,
Coda?
since you want to, I'm gonna say,
Only
since you
two
want to say it
offenses
like
won in
that.
the '90s. Since it was so complex, but only two offenses won in the '90s.
Oh, I'm
I'm
not
But
gonna
saying.
say,
and
I'm
Listen
gonna
though,
name,
say,
bro.
and
hey,
name,
Listen,
hey,
listen,
hey,
listen,
and
hey,
name.
and I'm
listen,
gonna say,
listen,
hey,
listen,
and I'm
bro.
gonna say this.
Hey,
Hey, hold
Listen,
on. And
it was
I'm
listen.
gonna
so
say
strong.
this.
The league was so
Hold on,
strong. Two
listen.
teams to win.
I'm saying this, bro. Like Kobe said, that shit is accidental basketball. All that shit is, it's like I'm not
Accidental
saying every
basketball.
other era was super
Somebody
complex
took
because
a
a lot of
Kobe quote.
offenses.
You
I can't.
you telling
So
us about offense, but you ain't named not one
you
offense.
didn't let
I
me
said you
finish,
named.
bro. I said something about
No,
Stockton
you
Malone. Y'all cut me off again, like you always do.
Okay, go
no,
ahead,
you
Coda.
said my bad, my bad.
Let him go.
Okay,
Let him
when I
go.
say different offenses, I didn't say complex because offense is not super complex, first of all. But you got different shit where they like you got the Detroit Pistons. When you watch them, they shared the ball a little bit more too. It was more like floppies and ball screens. They did like a lot of down screens to get people
So
open,
it
and they do it
kind of look like the Spurs, right?
kind of a little, yeah, kind of like Spurs a little bit, kind of like Spurs, right? You had a
You see
lot
where
of
I'm going with this. You finna keep going, but you see
Let
where
him
I'm
keep
going to,
going.
right?
Let
But
him
I'm gonna
keep
let you
going.
keep going.
no. What you mean, bro? All they doing now is high pick and roll and shooting threes. That's it. They spacing the
Like,
floor, 5 out. That's YMCA. I see that shit when
YMCA.
in my city, bro. When players come
Could
back
they
and
play
play,
that
and
style
it's
of
called
offense in the '90s? Could they play that style of offense?
what the 5 out?
Yeah.
Not in the 90s because
What
of the
if I show you
rules.
a picture of Rodman standing at the 3-point line, passing an entry pass to Jordan on the box with no help?
Well, no, that's not true. You could help in the 90s. What are you talking about?
I'm saying he didn't have any help on this this particular play because of illegal defense.
No, you could, bro. Why do y'all keep, bro? You niggas is, bro.
You don't like
You could
illegal?
have.
I'm gonna say you gotta think some of the rules they got now, they wasn't back.
No, bro.
You
This
don't
what y'all
like
don't get though, bro. Y'all keep saying it was help because all you had to do was just
No,
double
I'm just
team
saying.
Jordan. That's what they did. You could just
No,
only get the
they
ball.
sent them
Some of the
left
You
and
could
they
rules
made
double
they
him
it.
got
shoot.
now, hey,
No, they
some of
sent
the
them
rules
You
left
they
could
and they
got
made
double
him
now.
team,
shoot.
but you couldn't zone up.
You couldn't zone.
You
You
could
couldn't
double
play
team,
You
but you
could
couldn't zone
zone
an
up.
off the
area of
double
the
team.
court. You
And
could
it was
play an
easier to
area of the
double
court.
team. It was
no,
easier to
You
double
no,
couldn't
team
zone.
because there's more space of shoots.
You
no. All I'm saying is he's trying to say these offenses were like so, better, but everybody run the pick and roll just like Stockton Malone. But triangle offense, that's what the Warriors run a
Oh yeah,
variation of that.
yeah, they do. Yep, yep.
So all I'm saying, and then you talk about the passing offense of the Pistons. We see that with the
I got you.
Spurs. So I'm saying you trying to make it like these offenses in the '90s were different. They running the same stuff.
But they
So
modernized.
you
They
mean to
got
tell
they
They
me?
just got better
modernized.
personnel.
So you mean to
They
They
tell
just
just
me?
got
got
better
better
personnel.
personnel.
So hold
Better
on. So you mean to
personnel.
tell me 80% of the league was running high pick and rolls and
Hold
spreading the
on,
ball in the
hold on,
90s?
Coda, real quick.
That what
Hold
you
on,
saying?
Coda, real quick. Hold on,
No,
Coda, real
that's
quick,
not what
real
he
quick,
said. How you
real
how
quick, real
you
quick, real
how
quick.
you confusing what people saying?
Hold on, Juan boy. I'm about to let somebody else up. I'm gonna drop you Ochi just for a second, and I'm gonna bring you back up because you my guy. You already know. But I'm gonna bring up somebody else that want to join the panel. But y'all can continue the conversation.
Bro, 92% of the league right now is playing high pick and roll. It was not like that in the 90s. You all
I
agree?
don't even know how to do that shit.
About 90% of the league right now is playing high pick and roll basketball, try to get an open tray ball.
But
You
that's
agree, right?
because
That was not like that in the
Hold
90s. Would
on,
you agree?
bro.
because the
No,
'90s
not
focused more on
no.
half court sets,
If
right?
No, that's
no,
my
it's
No,
point.
I understand.
no.
Like
The
post
the offense,
offense,
not
but
every
that's why the
offense
pace
is.
was slower
First of
too
all, I
compared
don't
to the
know
'80s.
any offense that's going to be say take a 3-pointer before you take a shot at the basket. Every offense has
Right.
a play or audible in their offense that when you got options, you could get a closer shot to the basket. Ain't nobody
Right.
just gonna keep spamming the plays to try to get threes off. You take what the
Bro,
defense gives you,
these
but
niggas
you
not
want to
even
get
taking
you
mid
want
ranges
to.
like that or layups. They
So
taking
what?
tray balls.
Because you
They
know
take,
why? Do you know why nobody's taking the mid-range jumper? Because this is the easiest shot on the court to contest. It's closest to the defense.
okay, so what does that mean?
It's a bad
Bad
shot.
shot.
Why do you want dudes to take mid-range shots if it's contested?
Right.
So one of the best scorers in the league take a lot of mid ranges. You know that, right?
But
What are you talking
he
about?
creates. First of all,
Creates space.
SGA, most of his mid-range, he's creating space to get the shot off.
Okay, so
Yeah.
other players can't do that. He the only one in the world that can do that.
No, because it seems like you just want to interview. So let me just give you the full-fledged
Stay a mid
interview on
range
how.
demon though.
Yeah, but But a mid-range shot is closest to defense. Why would you want to take a mid-range shot as opposed to an open three or get a lob at the basket?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
No, answer my question.
First.
I'm finna answer
the question
because
first.
the mid-range is still more valuable because you know why OKC won last year with that type of play style.
They didn't win because they shot mid-ranges. They played great defense.
I know, but they wasn't a primarily trade ball team, correct?
But the
They
thing
shot
is,
the
though,
pivot, yo. Oh,
they got the transition. They scored in every way. They didn't really have a post.
We talk about offenses,
I see
right?
what he's saying. I see what he's
talking
saying.
about offenses, bro. Y'all not hear what I'm saying, bro? Listen.
You said they didn't. You said they were 3-point shooting, right?
No, I'm saying like everybody shoots a lot of threes.
Basically, what he's saying is
they didn't take more. You saying they took three? Do you think that they took more mid ranges than they took threes?
No, I'm saying that, but no. I'm pretty sure they took more threes than mid range because everybody in the league take a lot of threes. I'm saying
So how did the mid range affect them? How are we counting the mid range to be able to affect?
Because their best player on their team that impact the team the most is fucking Shea, and we see him. He's a mid range demon. That's what.
No, he really is. So I ain't even gonna count.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
He doesn't shoot. Hold on.
That's my whole point.
He doesn't. What's your point?
That the mid range is still valuable.
The mid range is the reason they win.
No, I'm saying I didn't say the reason. We just talking about the way they play offense, right? Yeah. I'm saying this. Yeah, so I'm saying with that,
but they shoot more threes than they shoot the mid range.
I get that, but you would say
as a team,
as a team, but individually, the most impactful.
SGA is not winning it without them.
I can't even fucking talk, bro. God damn, bro. I'm saying this though.
I see what Coda's saying though.
I'm saying this though. I get that. They shoot. I'm the one said when you asked me, do they shoot more threes? I said, hell yeah, they do. Of course, everybody does. I'm saying it's still impactful because the best player in the league last year was a mid-range demon, and his mid-range shots, even though they was contested, because he's a great player, was impactful. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, you think Shea? Wait, hold on.
We're not saying it wasn't impactful. It's not more impactful than the threes that they're knocking down. It's not more impactful than the defense that they're playing. It's not more impactful than the offense that they're creating.
He's creating most of the offense off of him, right?
Well, he's kicking it. He's kicking it, right?
Off of what he's doing.
I'm looking at the offense
right?
now. Lou Dort averaged 6 threes a game. 6 threes a game.
And it's off of and hold on, wait. It's off Shea operating where? It's off Shea. Where's Shea operating at when that shit is happening?
On all
where is Shea operating?
He's mainly in the midi though, right?
No, he's not. He's a three-level scorer. He's a three-level scorer.
No, but I'm saying listen, bro. He's mainly trying to get to a midi, not and Luka.
No, Shea can get to the rack whenever he wants.
I didn't say he couldn't, bro.
Jump shot over getting a layup.
Why would you take that?
He's not listening. I didn't say he couldn't, bro.
You said he sets up his offense to get the mid-range on.
Yes, I said he primarily wants to get to a mid. Right?
No, he does not. No player wants to take a mid-range shot as opposed to get into the basket. That shit makes no sense.
That's real shit.
Bro, whatever, bro.
Why would I shoot a harder shot? It's a higher shot at the basket than it is shooting the mid-range shot.
Why do you think players like Giannis?
It don't make no sense.
Why do you think Giannis barely pulls up middies because he can get to the basket?
Right. This is every weekend. Tracy be getting mad at this shit.
Like I do think you should have a mid-range.
I don't know if these niggas, bro. These niggas not listening. I don't think that's going to be the main thing of your offense.
Hey, Rocket the only one listening. Rocket's the only one. Y'all not listening.
Hold on.
I just want to say this one thing,
Rocket the only one listening. Y'all not listening.
Kawhi, I would say that Kawhi is one of the better mid-range shooters of today. He ain't done shit since 2019 with all that mid-range, taking the middies and shit like that. He ain't done shit.
Yeah, he ain't did shit with.
He ain't done shit
since Toronto.
I mean, as far as winning, but he has
how about
40, 50
DeMar
point game
DeRozan
doing that.
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan. That is his game.
Ain't do shit. Like
that shit didn't win. That shit did nothing.
I do think you should have a midi in your game.
Slim.
No, I do agree.
Slim,
You
imagine
better
Phil
be a 3-level scorer.
Yeah,
they're not even listening.
Imagine Phil Jackson telling Shaq, "Yo, you
thank you, though, Rob. Rob, see what I'm saying, bro. Y'all just don't
want you
to
paint. We want you to stretch the defense." I watched
Coda, we're not saying that you shouldn't have a mid-range shot, but the mid-range is the worst shot.
It was a tie score.
You hear me? It is a mid-range. It is a mid-range shot. I'm not saying that the mid-range you shouldn't have a mid-range. You should definitely have a mid-range. in your arsenal if you're gonna be a great scorer.
And also,
but it's not gonna translate to you being better than somebody because you got a mid range, or you're gonna win more because you got a mid range.
Well, that's what Shea is doing right now.
Shea's playing on the best team in the league. Shea's playing on the best defense.
Shea has the best roster.
Where do you
top
think
to
any
bottom,
great
bro.
scorer gets fouled at the most? The mid range or at the basket? My 13-year-old nephew would even know with it. Like, come on, fam. Cody, you doing bad.
Y'all not even, I'm agreeing with y'all at the same time. You're not even listening. You want to be right. You want to be right so bad, bro. I'm agreeing with you, but we just saying two different things, bro. Like you're not hearing what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
You talking about ain't nobody trying to set up no offense to take no mid-range shots. This is basketball. You want to get the easy shots.
I didn't say that, bro.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say that. I didn't even say that.
Listen,
right.